There are many stories making the rounds. And good morning to you, sir. Thank you for your work. Number one, can you confirm this? Can you confirm the sack of the local government chairmen across the state? Can you confirm that 23 of them have been sacked? There's that story making the round. Can you also confirm about the CJN, because the Judicial Council should have a hand in it. So when we hear that the governor has sacked the CJN, a lot of people are taken aback as regards that. Also, can you also confirm that the reversal done yesterday as regards the new speaker that was put in there, can you also confirm the stories about that also being reversed? Can you also confirm, was the governor shot at, or it was tear gas canisters that was shot at the governor while he was coming?
Okay, thank you so much, Rufai. Yes, I start from the very rare, that is the last question, the confirmation. The question of, was the governor shot at? Yes, there were tear gas canisters while making his way into the assembly complex. Then there were gunshots. But whether that particular gunshot was was aimed at the Governor Fubara, that is what I would not be able to confirm. But there were gunshots while he was trying to make his way with his entourage into the burnt section of the assembly complex as at yesterday morning. We were on ground. It's just that the security operatives that did not allow anybody to bring out a phone, let alone a camera. That I could confirm. Then for the chief judge of the state, as at yesterday, there were so many rumors bandied around. Like you rightly said, I don't think it is in the position of the governor to do that. But of course, when things are upside down like this politically, there is going to be a lot of pronouncements that will come. Even as I speak with you now, what is still making the rounds here is that the state chief judge, that is the person of Simeon Amadi, has been relieved of his position. But another question you ask is it in the place of the incumbent governor to relieve the chief judge of the state of his position? That is another question that needed to be answered. 3, Edison Ehe, the former speaker, the former leader, yesterday convened his own plenary somewhere inside the government house, and it was after that plenary that he came out to declare that Martins Ameule, who is the speaker who had suspended him and some of his co-travelers in his own faction of this crisis, have been relieved of his appointment. That also is still hanging in the air, and so I must tell you, Rufai, that all these things are still hanging. Whether they are going to be reversed or they are going to stand the test of time, the next 1, 2, 3 weeks, nobody knows which side the political pendulum will swing. But that is the position right now. While the former speaker, I should refer to, alleged former speaker side is claiming this man, that is Edison Ehe, is no longer the majority leader of the House. Edison Ehe, faction of the crisis, is also claiming that he is now the authentic speaker of the House, and Bright Ameule has been relieved of his appointment. Back to you, Rufai.
Local government chairman, are the 23 of them gone? Because we also heard that. Local government chairman.
Yes, that story is also still there. But as at this late last night, and this morning, where we put a call through to about 2 of them, they said nothing like that has happened. This morning, we called one of them. I may not be able to mention his name now as we speak. He told me, Andy Omano of Arise, I am in my office as we speak. So, where is the sack? That until they are taken through the process, just like the governor is asking for that. If you want me, if you are saying I should be impeached, what offense have I committed? It was the same thing, that if that faction is saying this is what should be done, they cannot be unilaterally asked to vacate their office. But of course, you know, between you and I, you know that the governor had the right to sack, to fire, because in Nigeria politics since 1999 to today, not just the Rivers State government, every other governor in this state, in this country, does whatever he wants to do with the local government, which is an aberration. But I think that is also still hanging in the air. probably as the day progresses today, we'll get another development as to what is trending or what is happening concerning these 23 local government chairmen.
For purposes of clarity, Andy, yesterday we first heard that 24 members of the House of Assembly had impeached the majority leader. But then later, the majority leader said, oh, he had been appointed speaker by 26 lawmakers. Do we have up to 40 lawmakers in the River State House of Assembly, where you have, I guess, 23 local governments? So let's have a sense of what this is all about. Could it possibly be that some persons were hired on both sides? What actually is the situation on the ground?
Thank you so much, Dr. Abati. Yes, do we have, how many legislators do we have in the River State House of Assembly? There are 32 in all. And if different factions are claiming, 24 sat and the majority leader has been impeached in the person of Edison Ehe, and another 26 sitting and claiming that the Speaker of the House, Martins Ameule, has also been impeached. Your question is very apt, because if one faction is claiming 24 and the other is claiming 26, what that tells me is that number, I'm not a mathematician, but is more than the 32 that are supposed to be legislators in River State House of Assembly as we speak. In Nigeria politics, politicians, so many of them, can claim what does not exist. And so, what do I mean by that? In either side, I don't want to believe that dummy that 26 sat and or 24 sat and sacked their principal. The number was not up to that. But of course, there's been claim and counter claims since yesterday. But if you use your teeth to count, your tongue to count your teeth, you'll discover that for that particular number that sat to sack any of these principal officers, the dramatics personnel, or rather political dramatics personnel, are just playing political games. It's not up to that number, whether 24 or 26 on either side.
But has anybody heard any from former Governor Wike, whom you refer to in your opening narrative? Has he said anything? Because you just said people are going to Abuja to go and meet with him. And I guess does that clearly confirm that he's the one behind the crisis?
Well, no word have been heard from the immediate past governor, Dr. Abathi. But of course, political hangers-on and those who we want to play their political paymaster would want to peddle all sorts of rumor, especially when you have political situations like this at hand. But the man who most of these are being adduced to, we've not heard from him. Probably by the end of today, we should be able to hear, because as we speak now, we got information that the elder statesmen from River State are already at the Omagwa airport, preparatory to taking off to Abuja to meet with the Federal Capital Territory Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Andy. Just in terms of updates, hopefully in the course of today, we'll still connect with you to get questions with regards to what's happening in River State. However, I just want you to assure us that, because we saw the young people, the National Youth Council on the street, some of them dancing, some of them saying that they were not going to allow democracy to be impugned on in River State, and it seemed like they were protesting that things have returned to normal. Have people gone about their daily activities, children going to school, shops open, workers going to work? What's the state of security there?
The state of security here is a little bit better compared to yesterday. Yesterday there was uneasy calm in Port Harcourt metropolis, let alone the axis where you have the House of Assembly complex that also quartered the government house. But as at this morning, people are going about their normal businesses. But of course, not many people will want to stick out their neck today, because as at yesterday, we got information that the Ijaw Youth Congress, that is the IYC, Nigeria Youth Movement, are mobilizing to come. Yes, you mentioned that. Very, very important. They had said that they were not going to allow anybody under any guise to impeach this governor. Because if that is going to happen, they must be told what the governor has done, that the era of political brigandage in Rivers politics is gone, that the governor has been elected, he should be allowed to do his job, that is service to the Rivers people. Essentially, the Ijaw ethnic nationality and Ijaw Youth Council specifically have stated it in very unmistakable terms that they would not allow anybody to intimidate, let alone go ahead to impeach this governor who is of the ethnic stock. Ayo.
All right. Well, thank you.